Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. One of my commenters told me to rebuild the Baltimore Ravens, but with Lamar Jackson, and I actually like this idea because I'm a Ravens fan. I want Lamar to stay, but as of right now, there are no teams that really have a huge interest in Lamar. The Jets are going after Aaron Rodgers. Carolina, the Falcons, basically the entire NFC South said, to hell with you, and they don't want him. Miami said they didn't want him. The Lions said they didn't want him because nobody wants to trade 2 first-round picks, then give this man guaranteed money. And I understand not wanting to trade 2 first-round picks if you are trying to rebuild. Like the Falcons, if the Falcons traded 2 first-round picks for Lamar, I think that would be not a good idea. Because then he would go to Atlanta with no offensive line, Drake London, and maybe he has Kyle Pitts as a weapon if he can stay healthy. But really, dude, like, no rebuilding teams is going to want him. I could see maybe the Jets would be the only team that's actually interested to have Lamar, but they're headhunting Aaron Rodgers. So I think Lamar is just going to have to suck it up and say, I guess I have to deal with it, which I would love because then we wouldn't have to pay him that much. And I'm fine with giving Lamar his money, but he wants it all guaranteed, which is not going to happen because he wants Deshaun Watson's contract, and you just can't come to realize that the Browns are morons and the Browns do stupid shit. So this is what we got for the team. Obviously, Lamar, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards is probably going to have to go. Same with Kenyon Drake, Devin Duvernay, Demarcus Robinson, Rashad Bateman. This entire receiving core needs to be revamped. The O-line needs a little bit of help. Kevin Zeitler is good, but he won't last long. Same thing with Morgan Moses. I'm going to start Daniel Falalele because if you don't know, Daniel Falalele is 6'8" and 380 pounds. The dude is massive. And then our tight end group, obviously Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. Defensively, Roquan Smith is now an X factor with the new update that Madden just released today, and I had to re-update the entire roster because they didn't even have Derek Carr in the Saints, which is so frustrating. They didn't even make cuts to the team, and man, I'm going to do it. I always do it. People always get mad at me for doing it. I'm going to do it 4-3, but you can just get past this if you want to. But anyways, this is the overlook of the team for the defense. Marlon Humphrey, and we also just traded away Chuck Clark today as I'm recording this for a 7th-round pick. I think we could have got him for a 5th, but everyone knew that we were probably going to cut him, so nobody really wanted to deal with that. And yeah, the rest of the team, the defense especially, looks pretty good. Defensive line is stacked out. This team shouldn't be too hard to rebuild. We just need to give Lamar actual real weapons. So apart from that, it's now time to see who we have for the 2022 retirements. I think Calais Campbell probably retired for us, and yeah, he retired with Brett Urban, and that's fine with me. And looking at it for the players ready to negotiate, who do we have here? As we have Lamar Jackson. Give the man his money, 7-year deal, and he resigns. And Marcus Peters, man, can I just overpay for a year? What's your problem? He doesn't like the scheme, whatever. I'll overpay for 1 year, he resigns. Ben Powers, sorry, I'm going to move on from him. Kyle Fuller can walk, Justin Houston can walk. Actually, in real life, Justin Houston, I know is going to get a 1-year deal, so I'm just going to do it just to make it realistic. Kenyon Drake can walk, Demarcus Robinson can walk, Sammy Watkins can walk. Dude, Sammy Watkins gets passed around more than the school thought. Holy crap. Anyways, I'm not going to participate in free agency. We really don't have that much money left after signing Lamar, so let's move into the draft. In the draft, I'm getting Lamar Jackson, a real weapon. Quentin Johnson out of TCU, 6'4", 212, 93 speed, 88 jumping. In real life, if I'm being legit, as a Ravens fan, I'm not huge on Quentin Johnson. I would much rather have Jackson Smith and Jigba. But in my Ravens rebuild with Anthony Richardson, I already drafted Jackson Smith and Jigba, so I didn't want to go the same route. So this time I'm going Quentin Johnson to the Baltimore Ravens. So this is the team after the draft. I'm going to have Quentin Johnson starting. He's 6'4". He has the size. I'm going to have Rashad Bateman at receiver 2. Devin Duvernay is going to be my slot. James Proche. People are always like hyping this guy up. I saw James Proche time in like the Ravens comments on Instagram. He sucks. He's not good. Lamar Jackson, J.K., Gus Edwards, and McFadden is going to be my right guard, and Kevin Zeitler is going to move to left. Isaiah Likely, Daniel Falalele is going to start just because he has started and he's 6'8". And then it looks like the CPU picked up this guy, Brashwell. Okay, out of Alabama. I don't know who he is, but he's going to move to right outside linebacker and hopefully develop for us just because he has the star development, and that is the one and only reason why I'm going to move him up in this depth chart. He's going to start over Justin Houston, who is an edge rusher, and apparently we have this guy named Weaver. So that's cool. And Banks, I don't know who that is either in this upcoming draft. I don't know this draft other than the first round very well. And do I want Brandon Stevens? Sure, I'll have Banks there. And J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. I want Dobbins getting all the carries. I want him to power up, baby. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it's now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, as we are 5-2, top of the division. That's what I'd like to see. Scouting national focus. Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay. As long as they develop, I think they'll be fine. So I think I'm going to go interior offensive line to replace our guards to help Lamar out more. I really don't need to improve on defense like at all. Our defense is fine. Maybe depth at DB to replace Marcus Williams eventually, but players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have here. As we have Marcus Peters, who still doesn't want to be here. It's fine. He can walk if he doesn't want to be here just because of the scheme. JK, he wants no state income tax, and he wants a mentor at his position, but it won't make up for the fact that he wants no state income tax. Okay. How much would I have to overpay? I'm not paying him $7 million a year to be an 83 overall. JK is just going to have to walk. Patrick Queen is a player I do want to overpay for if I have to. He wants to go close to home. I can't bring Louisiana here. There's nothing I can do about that. He has a mentor at the position, and he has historic champs, but I can't bring Louisiana here. I have to pay $10 million a year for that? Here, it's fine, dude. Oh, and he still doesn't want to. Dude. Matabike doesn't want to be here. Why does nobody want to be on a winning team? He wants a warm weather state. He wants to go home, and he wants no state income tax. 3 things that are physically not possible with my team, bro. Oh my god. Very player friendly. And he resigns. It's only $6-7 million a year, which isn't bad. Duvernay better be cheap, or else I'm not re-signing him. I don't have the fucking money. Oh my god. Sorry for my language, dude. It's just no. Everyone's being so picky. I can't bring the South to the North. I'm sorry that your mom lives in Texas. Let's move into the playoffs. Here we are, the playoffs, going 12-5, top of the division, taking it away from the Bengals, coming off a win to the Rams. Usually the final week is a rivalry week, but okay, I guess. Lamar Jackson did great, 8th best offense in the NFL, and defensively, we were 5th. Good to see. Where was Lamar Jackson on MVP? 2nd for MVP. Damn, that's close. And Lamar had only 8 interceptions to 41 touchdowns, 4,700 yards. Great. JK 4.0 per carry, 12 touchdowns, and 1,200 yards. Receiving-wise, Devin Duvernay, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Mark Andrews, 4 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Rashad Bateman. Quinn Johnson had a good rookie year. Defensively, Roquan Smith, 115 tackles for 8, lost 14 for OTFA away, sacks 13.5 for OTFA away, interceptions 4 for Marlon Humphrey. Safeties on the team is 1 for David Ajabo, and defensive touchdowns is 1 for Marlon Humphrey. So, how far can Lamar Jackson make in the playoffs with his new contract? Here to face the 10-7 Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos, and he beats them 35-21 here to face the 12-5 Tennessee Titans. I just finished a rebuild with them, and it was impossible for them to win anything. And, of course, they're just dominating here. Don't tell me that freaking Malik Willis is their QB, because I'm going to be upset, because I benched him. And it's Anthony Richardson. That makes more sense. Okay, I had Jalen Hurts, and he just didn't perform. Anyways, let's move in to the offseason. I hate saying this every time. Stop making the Cowboys win. Dak Prescott will never win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys. He will win it as a backup. That's what I think. The Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. He will most definitely not win the Super Bowl MVP. And the Titans make it to the Super Bowl with Anthony Richardson. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Lamar was just very close to him. Somehow, Anthony Richardson makes it to the Super Bowl, doesn't win Rookie of the Year, but Tyson Bagnet for the Buccaneers does. Okay. Thank you, EA, for your dog shit that you make every year. Anyways, let's see what we got for the roster upgrades. Offensively, we have Quentin Johnson as star dev and nothing else. Okay? And defensively, we have nothing else. Wait, actually, okay. Did he get this or did he come with this? Out of Alabama, no player tags. And he came with this. Nice. Good to see. We got a superstar right outside linebacker that CPU picked, because I sure as hell didn't pick him. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC North, Kevin Zeitler and Justin Houston both retire, so that will free up some cap space for us, which is a good thing. We have $45 million now, so we can re-sign some players. I specifically want Devin Duvernay. JK, if you don't want to be here, you can just walk if you're going to be this picky. Actually, let's just do player friendly, and that's all I'm going to do. And he re-signs with that. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm not doing very player friendly with him. See if we can do that with Marcus Peters, and 1-year deal, please. And he wants to test free agency. How much does it take to tag you? No, I'm not doing that. Patrick Queen. I'm just going to give you player friendly. That's the best I can do, bud. And he resigns. He does not resign, my bad. And Devin Duvernay, I'm fine with keeping 3 years, the rest of the rebuild. I'll be cool with this. And he resigns. People aren't being picked anymore. We have $32 million to spend, but I still don't want to spend it because I feel like there's other players we might have to re-sign. So I'm going to skip out on free agency again. Let's get to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive back Mike Smith out of LSU, 6'3" with 90 speed, 95 acceleration, 209 hidden development. He's got length and he's going to be great for our team. In the second round, I'm picking up right guard Lucas Gardner out of Colorado, 6'3", 302, 83 strength and hidden development. So this is what we got for the team in Season 2. Gardner is a 72 overall, so I am just going to give him this free XP point that he has. I don't know why. So now he's a 73 overall. And yeah, the rest of the team is looking pretty good. I'm going to move McFadden officially over to left guard, considering we just don't have one. We didn't have one last season either, considering I didn't re-sign Ben Powers, I think it was. Should have re-signed Bradley Bozeman in free agency in real life. But again, starting Daniel Falalele over Morgan Moses, my bad. And Quentin Johnson is going to be the starter again. Everyone else seems fine. Defense seems good as well. Yeah, Patrick Queen we lost in free agency. I forgot about that. That's unfortunate. I'm going to move Smith up, who is a 74 overall. He's going to be a good piece on our team, and he's also going to be the slot. It's fine with me. And yeah, team looks pretty good. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. What is all these practice squad player signings? Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, second division behind the 4-2 Bengals. That could change this week, coming off a loss to the New York Giants. Breakout wide receiver, please be Quentin Johnson. Please be Quentin Johnson. I don't know who it is because you're not showing me the face. Come on. Come on. It is Quentin Johnson. Okay, he is not getting 3 touchdowns, maybe 150 yards, who knows. But scouting national focus, I guess middle linebacker to move to outside linebacker. Or maybe DB even again. We're going to do linebackers to fill in our left outside linebacker position need because we do need a pass coverage guy there to replace Patrick Queen. Players ready to negotiate. Who do we have here? As we have Josh Rosen. Michael Pierce is going to have to walk. He's too old. Rashad Bateman I would like on a long-term deal, and he does want to be here too, so he resigns. And then Patrick Ricard. I'll do a 3-year deal. I mean, in real life, I do think he's going to get re-signed. Fullbacks aren't really useful, though, in Madden. Odafe Away, I do want for the rest of the rebuild as well. And he resigns. And then Morgan Moses can walk. Patrick Mackay, Tyce Bowser. Yeah, everyone else here I just don't really have an interest in. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 9-8 top of the division. Not our proudest moment, but coming off a win to the Eagles, blowout win. It faced the 12-5 Chiefs, so we're losing the wild card. And Lamar, amazing. Is that MVP? It better be. Show me it. Show me. Really, CJ Stroud with the Raiders. Tyler Huntley's 4th for MVP. Lamar is 7th. Okay. Tyler Huntley with the Dolphins 4th. 5th best offense in yards. Did our defense collapse? 18th, yeah. Yes, I guess Patrick Queen was the difference maker. Almost 5,200 yards. 39 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. J.K. Dobbins, 21 touchdowns, 4.4 per carry, 1,300 yards. I'm glad we re-signed him. Mark Andrews, 112 receptions, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's great. Quentin Johnson, 1,100 yards. And again, I forgot to do the breakout challenge. I always forget that. Devin Duvernay, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 1,000 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Roquan Smith, 135 tackles for a loss, 16 for Michael Pierce, sacks, 7 for Odafe Away. Damn, we need to get pressure in. Interceptions, 4 for Marlon Humphrey. Safeties on the team is going to be 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So Odafe Away, David Ojabo, and Matabike obviously aren't doing much, but let's see if we can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the wild card round. Please. Please. We do not. Okay, makes sense. 31-17, let's get to the offseason. Tyler Huntley wins the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. This just goes to show you how stupid Madden simulation is. Kyler Murray wins the league MVP. I like Kyler Murray, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. And there are no awards for the Ravens. Thank you, EA, for your dog shit game making every year. Anyways, players, upgrades. Let's see the roster upgrades. Offensively, nothing. Okay, great. Gardner has star dev, and defensively, Marlon Humphrey gets X Factor, and Smith has superstar dev. That is amazing to see. That is good to see. Good to see. Matabike is going to be the starting defensive tackle. And we still have Travis Jones, so this D-line won't be bad. Weaver is a star dev as well. Yeah, this defense is fine, honestly. I don't really know why we were 18th, other than maybe the pressure. So anyways, let's move into the re-signings. 2024 retirements, Cam Hayward and Anthony Barr both retire. And is it the 2024 retire? Yeah, 2024. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we have here. We are going to have nobody that I want. So we have $52 million to spend in free agency, and it's the first year I'm actually going to move into it. So let's do it. after free agency, getting Amari Cooper, an X-Factor wide receiver for Lamar, Greg Newsome, who didn't really want to be here, but I overpaid for him, so that way we can have more depth at DB, and Ernest Jones, who I'm going to move to left outside linebacker to fill Patrick Queen's role. Great free agency. Let's move into the draft. In the draft, I'm picking up middle linebacker out of Florida. I guess he's just going to be good depth for us, as Ernest Jones is going to move to left outside linebacker. Normal dev out of Florida, 84 speed, 84 acceleration. His skills: A, hit power; A, block shedding; B, awareness; A, tackle; B, pursuit. I thought this was a good player. I guess not. In the third round, I'm picking up left guard Michael Forrest out of Texas A&M. Hidden dev, 6'2", 306, 87 strength, and that should complete our offensive line. Here we are after the draft, and for some reason this guy is not moving to left guard, so I guess I'm going to have to cut one of my left guards to officially make that happen. Andrew Vajores out of USC. Sorry, bud, you're going to be cut because we're not using you, and I have a new left guard at that position. Refresh this roster, and he's going to move up. Amari Cooper, Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman, Quentin Johnson. I still want to be my receiver too. Devin Duvernay can play in the slot. Bowie, okay, apparently CPU picked that guy up. Defensively, looks like Ernest Jones is going to move to left outside linebacker for us, which is what I originally planned for him. And also, I'm changing that number. He's not wearing 37. I know, like, he's not really the most relevant player in the world, but he's not wearing 37. He's not wearing Ray Lewis's number either, not 54, not... He's going to wear 58. That works. 58 works. I'm not having him wear... I'm going to have him wear Roquan Smith's old number. And, oh, Wilbon is 75 overall. He's a good player. Just doesn't have a dev. Hughes, I don't know who that is. CPU picked him up. Defense looks great. Matabike, defensive tackle. Travis Jones. D-line just needs to generate some pressure here. Is this guy a pass coverage, run stopper, pass coverage? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I'm wearing 94. Seems pretty aggressive for a linebacker. And, yeah, Norton, 74 overall. It's good. Why is Amari Cooper in the slot? I want Devin Duvernay there, and then rather have Quentin Johnson there too. But apart from that, guys, team looks pretty good, ready to go. We should be able to win more than just one playoff game this time. It's now time to move into the third season and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4 second division. Thank you, EA, for your garbage shit game that you make every single year. I don't need anything on this team. I guess having more DBs would never hurt. I have everything Lamar needs. He has an X-Factor wide receiver, an X-Factor tight end, great depth at the receiver position. Just EA hates me. That's just the simple fact that it is. Mark Andrews has a huge interest in coming back, and I have a huge interest of keeping him. Not even going to lower his contract. Ronnie Stanley, huge interest in coming back. I give him a 3-year deal, and he resigns. Kyle Hamilton doesn't want to be here. Guess what? Don't give a shit. You're staying here. Very player-friendly deal. He resigns. Probably could have just given him player-friendly. Tyler Linderbaum wants to be here. Fine with that. 5-year deal. Ooh, do not have the salary cap. David Ajabo, Isaiah Likely can walk. I want Daniel Falalele. I want Travis Jones. Can I sign Travis Jones? Well, actually, can't negotiate with them yet. Okay, hopefully a player retires. I don't know who that player would be, but hopefully someone retires that's not Mark Andrews. So let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs. I'm missing the playoffs going 9-8. EA Sports. It's pay to play, and we screw you over every single day. Lamar did shit for no reason. 18th best offense. I give you an X-Factor wide receiver, and you decide not to play, and the defense finally shows up. 27-9 interceptions, 4,500 yards. JK, 3.9 per carry is not a good average. 20 touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 1,100 yards. Quentin Johnson, 1,000 yards. Dude. Defensively, Roquan, 115 tackles for a loss, 13. Odafe away with 11 sacks. Justin Matabike with 7 sacks. 3 interceptions for Ernest Jones. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. Dude, what is wrong with the offense? Wake up, dude. This is like my Titans rebuild. Anyways, let's move into the offseason. And the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl, and Vita Vea is the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Baltimore Ravens, but let's see what we got with the roster upgrades. Offensively, we have nobody. Good stuff, guys. Go team. You guys really know how to do it. And so much depth at receiver, and Lamar can't complain about why he's failing. It's just his fault. Marcus Williams has superstar dev now. Yeah, Lamar, dude, I give you an X-Factor tight end, a good offensive line, more depth at tight end, insane depth at receiver with an X-Factor wide receiver, good running back, and even 75 overall backup, a fullback. You have everything. You are the problem. Let's get to the re-signings. Nobody retires in the NFC North, and I have basically no money to spend, so yeah, we're screwed. Tyler Linderbaum is a guy I need to keep. David Ajabo hasn't been producing. I don't need Isaiah Likely. I want Travis Jones. Travis Jones. Shit, dude. Here, I have to finessery this. Finessery, Tyler Linderbaum. Player friendly, 5-year deal, spread out the contract, and then tank it completely so that way it just falls below the remaining cap space, and that way I can tag him still. So it doesn't want to do this deal, and then you finessery your way. Who do I pick? Daniel Falalele? You pick Travis Jones because freaking Lamar is the problem. Travis Jones, here's your 2-year deal. You resign. I have no money. Tyler Linderbaum, here's your tag, and now we are negative 13 million. In cap, Daniel Falalele and David Ojabo are going to have to walk, unfortunately. Let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up a right end out of Oregon, only normal dev, Ben Taylor, 86 strength, 6'4", 302. I'm going to move him to left end. This is the team going into the 4th and final season, and just like my Titans rebuild, the X-Factor quarterback is somehow the problem. Lamar, perform. You are the problem. Fix it. For set, I'm going to move this guy to right tackle, considering we don't have Daniel Falalele anymore. This guy, I don't have to pay, and he's the same overall as Daniel Falalele. Love saying that last name if you can't already tell. Falalele. But anyways, this is the team that we got. Lamar, you better perform, dude. I've given you everything. There is no excuse to fail. Weaver's going to play there, and then, since Weaver's 75 overall already, I'm just going to move Odafe away from Penn State to left end instead of being a right end. So move him not to defensive tackle. Let's back out and left end. Oh, dude, this game sometimes it's very infuriating. But Smith, we're gonna move up on the depth chart. I would like Weaver to start at the rush right end, but I guess Ben Taylor can't really have a decision in it. And I guess Amari Cooper is gonna be my slot, even though it's the wide receiver 1. But anyways, it's now time to move in. Okay, let's not do that, please. It's now time to move into the playoffs for the 4th and final season. Here we are in the playoffs, going 16-1 top of the division, coming off a win to the Bengals. Holy crap, so close. Please, Lamar. Did great. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't think he's MVP. No, he wins MVP. Let's go. Second best offense in the NFL, and defensively second. There we go. And Lamar, 4,900 yards, 48 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. J.K. Dobbins, 16 touchdowns, 4.9 per carry, 1,500 yards. Quentin Johnson, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 12 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Mark Andrews, 1,000 yards, 105 receptions, 7 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 16 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Great ball distribution. And defensively, Roquan Smith, 113 tackles. Ernest Jones with 112, just 1 shy. And tackles for a loss, 15 for Odafe away. Sacks, 11 for Odafe away, and just 8 for Justin Madubuike. And 3 interceptions for Kyle Hamilton. His safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. 16-1. If we lose in the divisional round to a team like the Titans, like we did in year 1 and in real life, I'm going to be pissed. Who do we have in the division? Honestly, I'm not going to let this slide. I'm jumping in this game. I'm not going to let this slide. Let's move into it. Here we are in Baltimore in the divisional round. I'm not going to let this slide. I'm not going to let them have this win over us. We worked way too hard to get to 16-1. Lamar had an MVP season. I'm not going to let the Titans shatter it again. And 3-24 start, 6-24 in the 4th. Game's over. Bye, Titans. Don't want to see you ever again in the playoffs. As a Ravens fans, it pissed me off how Derrick Henry ran all over us. 13-31 against Anthony Richardson. Let's move into the divisional. Not the divisional, the conference championship. Here to face the 10-7 Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to waste any time. Please, this is a really hard team. Let's move into it. Here we are against the Kansas City Chiefs in Baltimore. 3-0 start for us. 7-3. Come on, put some points on the board. 7-10. 14-10 in the second quarter. Takes back the lead. No, dude, this is a dogfight right now. Michael Vick entered the chat. 14-23. 21-23. 21-30, 2-score lead. That might be it. That's wraps. That's wraps. We're going to the Super Bowl 21-30, and we're moving on to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson winning the league MVP. Hopefully wins the Super Bowl MVP. Let's move into it. Here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the 10-7 New York Giants. I'm pretty sure EA doesn't update their roster, so I'm pretty sure the Giants don't have Daniel Jones as their quarterback. So, yeah, it's Kenny Pickett. Daniel Jones is nowhere to be found. Thank you, EA, for your garbage game making, as I always say. But let's see the roster upgrades. Lamar wins league MVP, should be in 99 overall, and he is with the boost. Offensively, we look the exact same, and defensively, we look the exact same. Thank you. Okay. Super Bowl winning team, we look the exact same, but let's see if we can beat Kenny Pickett and the New York Giants. here we are in Miami for the Super Bowl in the final season. 7-7 starts, 14-7 in the second quarter, 14-14 shootout here. They take their first lead, 21-17. We immediately snap it back, and 21-17 at halftime. 24-17, still a 7-point game. Yeah, there's a 2-score lead. There's a 3-score lead. That's wraps. You're not coming back from that. 38-17 as we're blowing out Kenny Pickett in the Super Bowl, and this is going to cap off a successful one. I'm not going to lie. I got worried there. I was like, Lamar, what the hell are you doing? But he actually pulled it off. We're going to win. I'm not even going to do a little... I am going to do an outro, but I'm not going to do a little cutscene here. We're going to see who the Super Bowl MVP is, then I'm going to wrap this one up and out of here, and then you guys can get on with your day. I'm sure most of you guys have already left the video. I'm sure most of you guys have left the video after the third season. Let me know if you have made it this far in this video. But what team should I do next? Let me know down in the comments below. And Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. So apart from that, guys, thank you guys all for watching once again. Let me know once again which team you'd like me to rebuild next down in the comments below. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.